Coming up, a local sober rideshare company is expanding as the need for safer rides home increases. And the mayor of Minneapolis puts a halt on no-knock warrants. Plus, the NDS football team faced off with a local sled hockey team as they come together to support adaptive sports. Valley News Live at 10 starts now.
This is Valley News Live at 10.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I am Nishay Taylor. When we last spoke to the Boozy Bus founders, they were just starting up. Now the weekend rideshare service has stayed in high demand in our community. Valley News team's Alex Larson hopped on to see what changed.
That's one thing that our business is mainly focused on, is just making sure that people are making the right decisions.
Xavier Bonner and Britton Thompson started Boozy Bus a year and a half ago.
We've seen a huge increase in demand with a bunch of people going out downtown, and even as in West Fargo and Moorhead as well. We've been picking up a lot of riders all over the place.
People are starting to know what Boozy Bus is and what we do. People are starting to trust us more. They know that instead of going to Uber and Lyft, that they have a safe, reliable ride in Boozy Bus.
With almost 16,000 rides given since.
Obviously, we'd love to see that just keep increasing, because that just means that we're doing our job and that people are making smart decisions.
It's become so popular, they've added another van and more drivers.
It's been a smooth transition. With more vans, we can pick up more people at once. We can be in two places at once. We've got 4 drivers now.
We do get contacted quite a bit for bachelor parties, bachelorette parties. Someone wants to go out for a birthday party, we do see that.
But some things are staying the same.
Yeah, we're still keeping it cheap for everybody, $5 a ride. Makes it easy and simple.
And they say their mission hasn't changed.
One thing that our business is mainly focused on is just making sure that people are making the right decisions.
Alex Larson, Valley News Live.
Boozy Bus's app is officially launching very soon. Now, meanwhile, the Grand Forks Police Department is looking for help locating these individuals on your screen. If you know their whereabouts, you are asked to call police at 701-787-8000, or you can text GFPD to 847-411. You can remain anonymous. And the Bemidji Police Department is seeking the public's help finding this person. Authorities say this individual is a person of interest in an ongoing investigation. If you know who the individual is, you can call 218-333-8309. You are asked to reference photo 465 when calling or leaving a message. A large crowd of people took to the streets in Minneapolis to protest the police killing of Amir Locke, who was shot by officers as they executed a no-knock warrant. Hundreds of demonstrators were seen rallying outside the county government center, calling for justice for Amir Locke. Locke was fatally shot Wednesday morning in a downtown apartment after a SWAT team burst through the door while executing a no-knock warrant, which allows officers to enter a home without knocking and announcing their presence. And a protest popped up on the East Coast. Today, protesters stood in Times Square to decry the death of Amir Locke. The small but vocal crowd held signs including one of Amir's name, also calling for justice in his death. And following Amir Locke's death this week, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey has imposed a temporary ban on both the request and execution of no-knock warrants within the city. In a statement, Frey said he issued the ban to ensure the safety of both the public and officers until a new policy is crafted. But there is one exception to his moratorium, the mayor's office said. That is when there is an imminent threat of harm to an individual or the public. In this instance, the warrant would need to be approved by the Minneapolis police chief. And that said warrant that led to the pre-dawn no-knock raid is said to have been signed off by Hennepin County Judge Peter Cahill, who's most known for presiding over the Derek Chauvin murder trial. A source close to the investigation confirmed that Cahill signed off on the no-knock warrant that Minneapolis police used to enter the apartment where Amir Locke was killed. When asked for a comment, a Hennepin County court spokesperson stated Judge Cahill could not speak on the particular warrant or any others due to the Minnesota Judicial Code that prohibits judges from commenting on pending or impending cases. Meanwhile, Governor Doug Burgum has tested positive for COVID-19. In a statement, Burgum said he began to experience cold and flu-like symptoms after testing negative following a notification that he had come in contact with a positive case. Burgum says he is fully vaccinated and has received a booster shot. He is expected to isolate until Thursday. The U.S. has hit a grim milestone with the COVID-19 death toll passing 900,000. There is progress being made as new cases are down in most of the country, but some health experts stress the war against the virus has not been won. John Lawrence reports.
More than 2,000 people are dying from COVID-19 every day on average, according to Johns Hopkins University.
The toll has been horrible and will continue to be horrible for several weeks as deaths lag cases.
As for new cases, there are signs of hope in the U.S. as they're down in nearly every state. That's leading some municipalities to consider easing mask mandates. On Friday, Denver, Colorado ended its indoor mask rule altogether. And while health experts are happy with the downward trend in cases,
so we're right now dropping rapidly, and we've had all these spikes, and we've yet to see whether there'll be another surge after this one. So I think it's too premature to call this the beginning of sort of the endemic stage of this virus.
they're continuing to sound the alarm about the dangers of remaining unvaccinated. The CDC says unvaccinated people are 97 times more likely to die from COVID compared to those who are vaccinated and boosted.
I ask, what are you afraid of as far as the vaccine? What is it that you worry about when you see hundreds of millions of doses given in this country? The safety profile has been extraordinarily safe.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
According to the CDC, roughly 64% of the U.S. population is fully vaccinated, while more than 25% has also had a booster shot. Later on Valley News Live at 10, NDSU faced off in a sled hockey game as they support local adaptive sports. But up next, a few flakes are on the radar tonight, but tomorrow looks quieter and colder. Summer's up next.